Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed right here on the Nasdaq stock market. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining me this afternoon, Monday, July 20th, we have Chris Dearborn, Managing Director on Nasdaq's Market Intelligence Desk. Chris, great to have you with us as always, and Nasdaq-100 outperforming the indexes this afternoon.
It is having a strong outing again today. Though last week we did see the index decline about 1.75%. Its biggest decline in a decent amount of time, while the other indexes across the board, with the exception of the Nasdaq Composite, outperformed. You saw small caps really outperform last week, up over 3.5%, followed by the Dow, which was up 2 and change, and the S&P was up a little over 1%. Tech took a breather last week, and that's what we saw for the most part, which was nice to see because it's been on such a run and really has been the backbone of this index. But as we mentioned before, you've seen a number of different indices, a number of different members of the index picking up leadership here and there. And with that, you're seeing a well-rounded move today. Again, a lot of news out this morning, and you have your usual stalwarts out there. Amazon comes out with an upgrade. Really kind of taking the lead here. Apple, Microsoft, Google all making showings on the board again today. And with that, you're seeing a nice bounce. Again, we hit a high of 11,069 recently. We pulled back nicely here. We're starting to march higher.
Yeah, it is quite impressive to see an upgrade with Amazon at these levels before heading into earnings, which are just days away. So that really was pretty impressive to see. And if we take a look at your heat map or constituent performers on the next chart here, you can see that continued outperformance from those names.
Absolutely. So again, Amazon's taken the top spot, adding over about 70 points now at this point. To the market, to the index, followed by Microsoft. Tesla's been on another tear as well, adding almost 20 points. Apple, and of course the two Google classes there, combining for almost 20 points as well. Moderna, which has a recent addition to the Nasdaq-100, has had a significant run, and a lot of people are pinning their hopes, including us here, that their phase 3 trials will come back strong here. But Moderna's pulled back a little bit from the addition on Friday to the Nasdaq-100. It's down about 14 points. It's only shaved about 5 points, down about 14%, shaving about 5 points off. A couple of analyst downgrades there on price with the index. Again, that stock has had a tremendous run. If you look at some of the others, they're consumer names in media, Pepsi, Kraft, Mondelez, which had good runs last week, Comcast as well, all shaving a couple of points here and there. Again, a very strong performance here for the tech names. And as you said before, Jill, we've got earnings coming up this week. A number of companies reporting should give us a good barometer. So far today, you've got 75 of the 100 members that are in positive territory, a good showing.
All right, Chris, and your chart next here, where we take a look at the Nasdaq-100 from a technical perspective. What is price action telling you?
The RSI, we talk about this a lot, is the relative strength index. Again, it's a measurement of overbought or oversold conditions for the index. 70 is an indication of overbought, 30 is a condition of oversold. We haven't seen a 30 condition since March. We've been flirting with that 70 number for the last couple of weeks, yet every time it starts to hit 71, 72, it pulls back. Right now, we got a reading of about 67 on that, which is telling us that we are not in overbought condition yet. There's still room to rally. The index had a nice pullback after making the all-time high last week. And what you're looking at here is a consolidation and a move higher. Now, there's a number of items that are going to be looked at here. Obviously, earnings this week could be a significant driver. You've got Microsoft, you got Tesla, you've got Intel, you got Allergan, VRSN, Skyworks, all coming out with earnings this week. Amazon's not too far in the future either. These are all heavyweights that could move the index significantly. The economic data is kind of light for the week with the standard unemployment numbers and a few others. Nothing really heavy that could move it. So it's all on the coronavirus for the macro, and then trade talks with China again is starting to heat up as we start to head into a little bit more focused on the political landscape here in the U.S. and the presidential election.
All right, Chris, great stuff as always. Thanks so much for joining us on Trade Talk.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.